All right, welcome back. We're going to bring in Coach Bill Belichick. Coach, tell us what's on your Belichick list for this Texans defense tonight against the Cowboys.
Well, I think the big thing for the Texans is to win up front. Dallas has had some trouble on the offensive line, and Texans are missing a couple of guys there, Fatakusi, Anderson out, but they need to win up front. Obviously, get off to a good start, don't allow any points, play good in the red area. I think Dallas is, struggling a little bit with their confidence, so don't let them get anything going, and make sure Lamb doesn't do damage. He's obviously their best player on offense. Take him away, make the other guys beat you.
Yeah, definitely. And Coach, obviously Dak Prescott, he's out for the season. We got Cooper Rush, got his second start of this year. He played a little bit in 2022 when Dak was hurt, but hadn't played much since then. So from a defensive standpoint, what are you focusing on when you're watching the film heading into this week?
Got a little action going out here, Eli. We got a three-ring circus here.
We can focus on the fight. We can focus on the fight right now.
It just had one down there on Friday night, right? Looks like there's a little fighting going on here.
I think this one was better than the one Friday night.
I think when you go against a quarterback like this, where there's not a lot of film and he hasn't played a lot, you focus on the play call. You focus on Coach McCarthy. They're going to run his offense and the offense that they've been practicing. Not going to put in, 50 new plays here for a new quarterback. They're going to run the basic core of the offense. I'd focus more on the West Coast passing concepts that Coach McCarthy's always run a lot of through his career, and whatever his bread and butter plays are, the core West Coast plays. That's what I'd be ready to expect from Cooper and the offense in the passing game. Maybe a gadget play to try to make a big play and not have to drive the ball 70 yards, but I think it's a West Coast passing game.
Bill, we had one of those Cooper Rush starts the 2022 season on the ManningCast. Our friend Pat McAfee was on the show. A lot of punts in that game. If I recall, Eli, Pat was very happy. But, Bill, what would be your message to Cooper Rush coming off that tough game against the Eagles? What are you telling him going into this game?
Well, number one, take care of the ball. Take care of the ball. Don't stand back there and hold it. Get it into somebody else's hands and let them make some yards with it. And just, take advantage of the opportunities that you get, but try not to force too many things in there. This is a good example right here. Get the ball to CeeDee Lamb behind the line of scrimmage and then let him do the rest. Don't try to force plays that aren't there. Take what you have. It's not all going to be perfect, but the worst thing you can do is turn the ball over and put your offense in long yardage situations. That's just been too hard for Dallas to overcome. And with the lack of running game, I think the quick passes are going to be important for the Cowboys tonight, and try to take some of the pressure off the offensive line.
Pate, I think they can definitely hit some screens also. That's what Detroit, they were struggling last week. Oh, no, that's a fumble. That's a fumble.
Get on it. Get on it.
That was definitely a fumble.
That's a mistake right there. Quarterbacks, you guys know that. You never throw the ball backwards there. Back up and throw it forwards. Wait till the runner gains some ground. You never want to lateral that ball back there. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, and
now it's a 7-yard loss.
Thing right away. Yeah, jumping on right away, though, even if it was a forward pass. Take the thrill out of it. Those refs are never wrong, Bill, as you know. So just take the thrill out of it and just jump on right away.
Hey,
Bill.
As a quarterback, you got to back up on that.
Yeah.
As a quarterback, just back up and throw it.
Yeah. Hey, Bill, we got a third down here for the Cowboys. Look, last week against Detroit, they doubled Amon-Ra St. Brown on third downs. Do you see Houston doing that on certain third downs in this game against Dallas, against CeeDee Lamb?
That's what they've done in the past, Peyton. They've played a lot of man coverage and double the outstanding receiver like this, or rush 5 and try to single them up and get there. But I would expect them to double with the safety and have a 4-man rush. Or here they're playing, looks like quarters.
Yeah.
Those are the two main coverages on third down, quarters and man coverage, and then just decide what to do on man free, whether they want to double or bring 5.
Hey, that was not the start the Cowboys needed right there. After Houston's got the lead, you can't go just a 3 and out. You know, kind of a bad play. I guess they had the first down, but had the bad play on the little swing route. Luckily, they didn't call that a fumble. I'm scared Houston could get this thing out of hand pretty quickly. The way their firepower they have on offense.
Yeah. Well, I think they're.
Fake.
Yeah.
They covered it.
You know, Bones. With Bones Fossil, you always got to be ready for those fakes. Frank Ross is ready for it.
He dropped out. Eli, look how they were blitzing everybody, and one guy dropped out. Watch him drop out right here. He fooled the punter. Not hard to fool a punter with the disguise coverage. Right? We can fool quarterbacks. I know we can fool punters. It looked wide open pre-snap. It's probably a read, right, Bill? A lot of those fakes are kind of at the line checks. It looked like they had the look. Dak doesn't like it, Eli. Dak does not like it.
He did not like it? They're fired up. Fired up. What do you like, Pay? You take a shot right now? You just got a big play. You got to stop. I like something.
Yeah, you don't want to give up a big play here. Not all in one play.
Got it. Let's go back to that punt if we can. Bill, break this down on this punt, this fake punt.
Well, I imagine in the past the Texans have shown a tendency to, rush from an all-up look like this. The one thing with Frank Ross, the Texans coordinator, should know is that Bones Fossil, the special teams coach for Dallas, is a big fake guy, and especially when he was at the Rams with Hecker. They have a fake punt on in every game. It's just a question whether they call it or not, or whether Coach McCarthy gives them the green light to call it, and clearly he did there. But, for Dallas defensively, they got to win up front. This offensive line for the Texans has struggled all year, and you can see it right there. They got to win up front, which they didn't do on that first drive. No big plays, make the Texans drive it, and, stop Joe Mixon, which they didn't do on the first drive either. So they're kind of, 0 for 3 on the checklist on the first drive. This looks better.
Eli, Houston's got to do something with that turnover. That was the case against Detroit last week. The defense gets them all this field position, and the offense doesn't do anything. Special teams gets them this field position. Now we're in third, 14. We got to pick this up and get some points out of this.
There it is.
Coach, they need to see what your game plan was. They're waiting to see your bill of checklists, and so they could say, this is the things we got to do. They didn't know what to do. They should have deferred, or they should have deferred. Maybe.
Does Jerry put ESPN2 on the big screen up there? He should. Are they going for this? 4th and 3.
Yeah,
they're going for
4th and 3.
Run the ball. Run it. Run it. Soft box.
Right. Check down. Yeah. Oh, interception.
Should have run it.
That's what they needed.
Should have run it.
Looks like the receiver wasn't ready, Peyton. I don't know what that was. Some sort of double post, Peyton?
No, it was just a dagger route. I think it was a dagger route. They were clearing it out of the seam. He was coming on the end route. I thought Stroud threw it too early. 4th and 3, Bill. Good change-up, right? It's a classic Belichick move. Everybody thinks man-to-man. They're playing soft zone.
Yeah. They blitzed on 3rd down, got beat on that screen, so they backed off, mixed it up on the zone. That's what Zim will do. He'll mix it on them.
Let's break down this interception. They got a good play versus cover 2. You can see they got a slot receiver running down the middle. You can see that big hole right there in the middle, but they just weren't on the same page right there with Nico Collins. He kind of widened. He wasn't out of the break yet. Stroud took this a 3-step drop. Probably needs to take a 5-step drop on that. And he just throws it too early. You can see on your right side, Nico starts to widen right there. You can see that ball's coming out right now, and the receiver's not even out of the break yet. Just too early. I think, just not the right timing right there. Something's a little off, and that just might be missing 5 weeks of practice right there with Nico, just a little bit off on the timing.
All right, here comes CD.
I wonder how many touches CD. How many touches can CD get tonight? Hey,
Coach,
Coach, let's talk a little bit.
He's got to get a dozen.
One of the Houston's best players on defense, Will Anderson Jr. He's out again tonight. That's a second straight game, and I know he was on that rookie sophomore team that you announced on the coach show. So what did the Texas defense lose when you got a star player like Will Anderson out for the night?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to step up with the next, with the rest of that rotation. But that's a big loss there. That's a big loss. This Dallas running game has killed them all year. They just haven't been able to run the ball. But this is what the Texans got to do: dominate up front.
Good blitz, good timing blitz, safety blitz, timed it up perfectly.
I feel like the offensive lineman's got to see that. I know he's blocking the will, like he's supposed to block the will. Someone blitzes in his place, that just becomes a new will. There might be a linebacker on block. Yeah, there might be a linebacker on block, but don't let a guy run through the line of scrimmage. I feel like the Dallas defense, there's too many runs where they're losing yards. Guys are just running in there unblocked.
Hey, Bill, I know we all respected D'Amico Ryans as a player, played against him a lot. Do you see any of his mentality as a player and his mentality as a head coach?
Well, he comes from that philosophy, the San Francisco philosophy. That's where he coached before, and you definitely see a big dose of that on defense. This looks like the San Francisco defense when he was out there coaching it for sure.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
What are we doing? Thinking of not being on the same page. Does he stop? I think he stops. He got hit.
He ran into the safety.
Jeez.
He's supposed to run like an end breaker or a skinny post. He kind of runs into the safety.
He ran into him. He's running the in route. He's going to be open. He runs right into him. Bad luck there. Eli, it looks to me like CeeDee Lamb should just get a little more depth and avoid this guy. He kind of rolls this route right into the safety. He's going to be open on the kind of the spray in route. He runs right into the safety. It's kind of a natural collision. I don't think you can call that interference, and Stingley's just got a layup of an interception. But I'm kind of putting that on CD to get a little deeper and come around the horn. It's an anticipatory throw. You like that? It's a big word right there.
Is that a real
Rush
word?
has got to let the ball. He's got to get the ball out of his hand on time. He doesn't have time to see that collision. He throws it right to Stingley. That's bad luck.
Yeah, I agree. He's got to stride it out. You can see he was kind of tiptoeing there a little bit. He's got to stride in it. You still want to get, you kind of want to get on the feet of the defensive back, but also clear the underneath guys.
Hey, Bill, you talked about the Texans' struggles with pass protection on breakdown this week. If you're Mike Zimmer, what's your strategy tonight against these guys?
Well, I think it starts on first down, trying to get him into some long yardage situations. And the thing that the Texans have had the most trouble with has been blitz and pressure up inside, picking the guard, picking the tackle. Just those inside situations where, Green's been out and Scruggs has moved over into guard. Yeah, the tight coverage with a good rush.
Hey, Coach, I know.
I see something here, Eli. I might see a double mug here. Go ahead.
You love your double mugs, Pate. I love. You're excited about it. You've been talking all week about these double mug blitzes. This is your third and 8.
I played against Zimmer a bunch in the preseason. Colts, Bengals. He did this stuff to us in the preseason, right? So I have nightmares about this. So it's hard to defend. Here it is.
Right
there. They are.
Double mug. There they
are.
Ooh,
what's
empty.
coming. He went to empty.
I don't like empty double mug.
It's coming out quick. It's a screen to mix it.
Someone jump offside. I think
Hard counting him. Jumped offside.
They had him too.
I think that's tough. I think that's tough as a quarterback when you go empty versus double. There's 7 guys up there. You got 5 blockers. You have no idea what's going on. I want my running back there where he can scan. He can have 2 guys.
Totally.
Have this inside backer to the safety right there, and that's a bad look for a quarterback. Saying, what if this guy to my right comes? He's unblocked, and you could have a hot out there.
Parsons,
Right there,
Parsons jumped off sides.
So now this is 3rd and 3. They won't do the double mugs, right?
Empty
There
again.
you go.
Soft.
There you go.
Bill, that's two 3rd and 3s in a row were pretty soft coverage, kind of uncontested throws there. That's what I want to see as a quarterback. I don't want to see press coverage where I got to make a tight throw in a tight window. I think we got to close that gap a little bit on those 3rd and 3s.
Hey, Coach, I know C.J. Stroud had a massive rookie year last season. This year in his sophomore year, the team has kind of had some struggles, hasn't been as easy, as productive. And I know he's on your rookie sophomore team that you announced on your coach show. So what's the biggest key for him tonight?
Well, I think the biggest key is the communication to make sure everybody's on the same page on the hard looks that Dallas gives them, the double mug looks, the safety up and all that. And then first down, like we've been talking about, make yards on first down, stay out of those 3rd and longs, at least make them, 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4s where you got a chance to throw to multiple receivers. But this is one thing that Dallas has had a lot of problems with all year has been the play action passes. The linebackers, they just don't match the routes down the field very well. And in man coverage, the receivers run away from guys. So see the linebackers just kind of looking upfield. They don't turn around and have any vision on the over routes or those crossers. And they're just wide open. They've given these up all year.
And one thing also, Dallas. Go ahead. Go ahead, Pate. Go ahead.
Hey, Bill, how much does the Texans' offense change getting Collins back, you think? They're trying to get him involved early with these screen passes.
Yeah, they sure have. They've already thrown a couple to him and, tried to hit him on 3rd down. So I think they're really probably going to use him on the plays that he's going to be targeted on. And then 3rd down, red area, the most critical plays. Mix him in there on 1st down, but make sure he's in there on the critical passing situations.
Coach, also Dallas, this is an area Dallas has been very bad at this year in the red zone. I think they're leading the league in giving up touchdowns down here. Anything you can do kind of, when you're struggling that you can change up to try to get some stops in the red zone?
Well, the first thing you got to do is stop the run, and that's been a problem for the Cowboys all year. It's just their overall run defense. But I think if they can, again, stop the run and get them into some long yardage situations, they'll make some stops. But, when it's 2nd and short, 3rd and short, as you know, it's just a lot harder to get off the field on these 3rd and 1s and 3rd and 2s. That was a 6-yard run on 2nd down.
Yeah. Tackling Joe Mixon, that's one of your checklists, Bill. It's easier said than done. When you're playing against a tough physical back like a Mixon, like a Derrick Henry, what's your message to the defense to keep him from getting going? He's already going, by the way.
Yeah.
4th down. You going for it, Pate?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, the way Dallas plays defense, it's all, everybody's got a gap. It's a gap cancellation defense, so they run sideways quite a bit on those outside plays, and then there's room to cut it up. So, the big thing for them is to set the edge of the defense and try to get the runners back inside. The further they stretch, the more space there is to run. And that's not a good situation with Mixon. He's a good downhill runner.
They're all in the gaps in there. They're playing the quarterback sneak.
He's checking it, so go outside. He should be going outside.
Good call, Bill.
Touchdown. Didn't get it.
I think it was a sneak if they'd gotten a softer look in there, but they had everybody in those A and B gaps there, and they're tight. And then, again, this has been a theme for the Cowboys all year. It's just the tackling. Hooker couldn't get him, and, now he's out on the corner. Hooker's got a chance there to make a play in the backfield, but he just can't make it. And then not only does he not make it, it's another 10 yards.
Play
I like a lot of Mixon right here.
Yeah,
I think he's short. Oh, they said touchdown?
He's in.
No one's celebrating. He's the only one celebrating. Didn't they call a touchdown? The sky judge said
it was a half-hearted touchdown. He came in, but he wasn't really emphatic about it.
It'll be second down.
He's down. 100%
He raised
down.
his hands. Can we
did raise his hand.
He raised his
That's
hands.
That's what Mixon saw. He saw it's like, oh, you said touchdown, but then it's like he tried to take it back. Like, oh, never mind. I don't want no touchdown.
Yeah. We'll see the same play again. Just get downhill.
We'll see the same play, but a different end zone dance. That's important. He's getting 2 for 1 here.
Yeah, you can't repeat, right? You can't repeat your end zone.
No.
Dance, right?
No. If he repeats, he'll get killed by his teammates. That's old news.
Oh. Wow. All right, there it is. There you go. Let's see what he does now. Oh, a little guy. He gave the little guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's that? The shopping cart? Is he doing the shop? No, he's not doing the shopping.
What is that? Is that shopping cart? I can't tell.
You know, that Mixon was a really good signing for him. They did a good job on that. That really has helped their running game. You know, Cincinnati could probably use it, but this is a good, really a good tough guy that gives a lot of toughness to their offense and blitz pickup, can catch the ball, but this guy's a really strong runner. Short yardage, goal line. It's a good guy to give the ball to.
And good touchdown dances. Good touchdown dance. He's got multiple. All right, what's Dallas? What's Dallas got to do, Pate? Flea flicker?
Answer. Screens, CD, motion, slot, backfield. Mix it up. Okay, we have J.J. Watt coming up later. One of the things he was great at was batting balls at the line of scrimmage. He was so tall and athletic and active, really frustrating for a quarterback. He caught a lot of those balls that he batted, always had his hands up, frustrating for quarterbacks trying to find throwing lanes, getting the ball around him. And I played for the Colts. We used to do drills to work on it, right? You get the other quarterbacks, get the equipment managers, get their hands up. Quarterbacks got to find the throwing lanes. In New England, Coach Belichick had tennis rackets, okay? So this is their drill, right? Now you got to find these lanes over the tennis rackets, a little taller.
Jump
you got to
pass?
scramble. You got to get a sidearm. You can't just throw it straight. Sometimes you got to close the gap, actually get closer to the guys that are trying to knock you out and find a little throwing lane in there. Bill, am I doing it right? Are these the right rackets? I got a couple of Prince Juniors here. John McEnroe sent me.
What are those balls? Why are you using Nerf balls? You can't use a real football?
Bill, am I doing this right? Does this look good to you?
I mean, what is this, a comedy hour? Come on, man.
I heard Brady did the drill with tennis rackets. Is that true? Maybe that's a rumor.
Peyton, let me tell you something. If I was coaching you, I would give those equipment guys $100 if they batted down one of your balls in 7-on-7. $100 if they batted them down. They would try to bat them down. They wouldn't stand there like your guys did, like those guys did, and move their rackets out of the way when you throw it. I'd pay him to knock Brady's passes down. Now, the problem was Brady would pay him more. He'd pay him $200 if he went through the whole practice and did knock one down.
Smart.
Brady's making more than I was.
True. For the record, I think batted balls should be banned. They're illegal. It means it's kind of a lazy pass rush. I'm going to tell JJ this in the fourth quarter. Should be an automatic first down for the offense. Until Goodell changes that rule, quarterbacks, we got to work on these drills, finding throwing lanes, throwing it sidearm, but batted balls should be banned.
Why don't you see if you can only let him play 10 on defense?
That's
Just
coming
play
next.
11 on 10.
Batted balls first, play 10 next. Baby steps. All right, come on, Rush. Let's go, Coop. Come on, Coop. Let's go. Kind of a strange play with CD on the interception. Let's overcome that. We got to run the ball. Let's run the ball.
Short passes. Short passes. Forget about the running game.
Yeah,
short passes.
Running game's over.
Run on 2nd and 1 and 2nd and 2.
Your screen. The screen's your run. You got to go a little running back screen. So we got to get something. The Cowboys got to get something going to stay in this game. Let's see. They need good CD. Just throw it to CD every play.
centuries in the storied history of the Cleveland Browns, but in modern history, this is huge.
Bill, that was almost 30 years ago. Your Browns stopped Jay Novacek on the goal line and win the game. What do you remember about that game?
What I remember about that game is the San Francisco 49ers sent us about a $500 basket of food, fruit, and everything else because it gave them home field advantage in the playoffs. That was Eddie D. He sent us food for a week, all the San Francisco delicacies and crabs and everything else. I mean, it was the biggest care package I've ever seen.
Look at this.
Oh.
To the house.
He's
To
gone.
the house. This little slant. Oh, what?
Penalty.
You get a pick?
I'll tell you what, that's the other
just a
explosive
slant.
player they got. They don't play him much. But that kid, whether it's punt returns, kickoff returns, reverses,
That's a touchdown.
or slants, that kid is an explosive player.
You called it, Bill. Quick pass,
That'd be a touchdown.
quick pass, quick game, screen, get it out of your hand.
Touchdown.
It was hard. It was hard to concentrate because I was still thinking about Belichick had Saban in a headlock after stopping Novacek, but somehow we hit Turpin on a slant for a
little
touchdown.
slant. Ooh.
Got inside. Boy, he sold the
Wow.
fade and got inside. Nice job. If you're going to run the slant, you got to sell the fade first. It looks like he's going outside.
Yep, rookie safety. You take a bad angle on this guy, and it's all over. You got to drive on the receiver, not on where the quarterback's, where the angle of the throw is. You got to go to that receiver. One step with this guy, and it's all over.
Hey, that was that funnel player coming the other side where they're doubling on CD Lamb, right? That's what they talked about. That free safety kind of went to the other side. And, they got a running back down here. They're not worried about him, so he's just kind of doubling up top a little bit. But
Yep. Hey,
Well,
as I
yeah,
said in the
there's-
pregame show, if you're going to
Here's the
double
double
CD,
on-
somebody else has got to win.
Right, but the free safety's got to stay in the middle of the field. Like, that's got to be his play. Right there,
Yeah,
make
where
the
is he
tackle.
going?
He's 5 yards outside the hash.
yeah, I don't know what is he looking at? Where he's going? 3-step drop in the slants. There's not much room to get depth.
There's the double right there on Lamb. That's what it is. It's man-to-man with a free safety or some version of quarter, half. Unless it's long yardage, then they play some cover two. They're really pretty simple on third down. They've been effective, especially with that pass rush. But that's a great job by Coach McCarthy of putting Turpin on the opposite side of CeeDee Lamb, getting the single coverage and making them pay.
Coach, when you're playing that coverage, when you're playing that kind of free safety funnel, normally those defensive backs can play outside leverage, but when they're doubling CeeDee Lamb, then that's a little bit different. That guy's, he looks like he's playing inside leverage. He's got to keep that leverage. You got no help on the inside right there, so good job by the receiver setting that up, and that's the deal. If you're playing inside leverage, you get beat on the inside, you got no help, you can get a big play.
Is there any way we can get a replay? Any way we can get a replay of my pregame segment? I think McCarthy was watching it. I said Tobin or Turpin have to win if we're doubling Lamb. Eli, was it on the big screen, do you think? Did they show that?
No one's listening
What?
to you, Pate. No one. They just listen to Coach Belichick's what they're doing. They don't listen to your stuff. Just Coach Belichick.
Okay.
And then they got the face or the illegal contact, hands to the face, whatever it was. They got that on Lamb, even though they were doubling him. So, I mean, look, I think you got to give Lamb a lot of credit for stepping up in this game, trying to be a leader here. Whether it's on the sideline, making plays on the field, drawing the coverage so somebody else can have a better opportunity. Like, this kid stepped up and he's playing tonight.
Playing well, and there's no sun in his eyes, so that's good. You don't have to worry. It's a night game, so you don't have to worry about that.
Got to tell Troy that. Got to tell Troy CD's playing good tonight. Troy didn't like his routes early in the year. I think it kind of got him motivated.
Who is that?
There you go. Hey, Coach, break down this play. This is a big conversion right here. Mixon bouncing it outside. What happens right here? What do the Cowboys need to do to stop this?
Well, I mean, Overshawn's not really an end-of-the-line player, and he's out there. They get him covered up, by the tight end. He outweighed by about 40 pounds. And then Mixon gets to the edge, and this is where you don't want Mixon. I mean, it's hard enough tackling him in shorter spaces, but when he gets out on the perimeter, it's just really hard for these DBs to get him on the ground. You give him a lot more yards that way.
Jeez, there you go.
He can run in. Hey, he can run inside too. I'm not saying that, but at least there's less space.
All right, one more look at this play right here. Here it is. This is the 4th down.
Just too much space out there for him.
Someone jump.
Hey, Bill, it's the first time for a lot of these Houston Texans playing at AT&T Stadium, better known as Jerry World. I only played there once. Eli played there a lot. He told me it was the only time that they kept showing his face on that big Jumbotron. He thought about wearing makeup because they were showing all his acne there in high definition during the game. But, you know, it's a different kind of stadium. It's a different feel out there. What was the message you gave to your young players playing in Jerry World for the first time?
Yeah, to focus on the field and not be looking up at the scoreboard. It's very distracting. It's huge. It takes up almost the whole field. I mean, it's tremendous for the fans, but it's really distracting for the players. So I really tried to make sure that, you know, we were looking down on the field at their substitutions, at the down and distance, and all that, and not get caught up too much on the replays.
Eli, if I recall, I feel like you won the first game in that stadium.
First game,
Did you not?
yes. 2009. Yeah, we won it. You know, the equipment manager in the visiting locker room asked me if I would sign the wall in his office. He was starting a new tradition. I was just the first one to do it, but I guess it didn't become a new tradition. I was the only one for a long time, so I assume it's still there. There's no way they would erase that, I don't think.
I think there's no way Jerry has that still up there.
Jerry's never been in the equipment room's office in the visitors team locker. Never been in there before.
That is true. It's just for
Coach, they just showed Micah Parsons right there. Just going against him when he's on the defensive side. I mean, they line him up all over the place. I mean, what's the game plan? You say, how do we prevent him from taking over this game when he lines up all over the field?
Well, I think when he lines up outside on the edge like this, if you're throwing the ball, you want to get somebody in front of him and chip him. In a running game, that's more the idea right there, is keep mixing inside in the box and try to win against those interior linemen against the Texans who've had trouble all year. But yeah, Parsons, number one, you got to know where he is. Number two, if he's on the edge, you don't want him to get that full head of steam and quick start off the ball. Now they do a good job of stunting him inside, so he doesn't always run up the field. So hey, look, he's a hard guy to block, and even when he lines up outside, he ends up inside on stunts a decent amount of the time too. So he's definitely a problem. But the Texans overcame that penalty and converted on third down, but that's been an issue too. They're one of the more penalized teams in the league, and once again, Mixon's out in space. This is where he's in. I mean, whether he gets out there in the running game or in a screen game, he's really a problem. But, they overcame that penalty to convert the third down, but Texans are one of the most penalized teams in the league. It's really hurt them all year. It's something that if they're going to continue to improve as a team, they got to cut down on that, especially on the offensive line.
And get him again, I think
I think they got the receiver. I think they got Tank. No, that's not Tank. That's Woods. They got him on holding. I think Diggs honestly was tired of trying to tackle.
Yeah, just fell
right there.
Tackle him.
I think he's been run over 3 times by him.
All right.
Wait, what did they call? I missed it, Pate. What did they call? Personal foul?
Like a block below the waist by the defense.
And they didn't. Oh yeah, you can't go low.
Right. But right here, where Wilson's got a chance to knock him out of bounds, right here, go tackle him. Don't try to push this guy out of bounds. Go hit him. That's why you wear pads. Go tackle him.
It's kind of like that Mahomes play on the sideline against the 49ers, right? Get him out of bounds, a huge penalty. 15 yards tacked onto that. Now we're in the red zone.
Yeah.
Screen.
That was a fake one, Pate.
Fake screen.
Oh, back screen. Good job by the tight end right there.
Good decision there by Stroud. They didn't bite. They didn't bite.
Go back to that
It's one of those plays. It was open
back to the run.
all week in practice, Eli. Fake the screen, you throw it. Sometimes quarterbacks just throw it up no matter what. Good vision there by Stroud. They didn't bite. Good decision there, not forcing something that's just not there.
Good job by that tight end. I like that. Hey, he's got to come in. He's blocking. But he knows, hey, if you get beat eventually, you're going against the defensive end. You'll probably get beat. If you get beat eventually, just drop them, turn for the ball, and we'll hit you.
Good sweep.
Bill.
Oh, yikes. Another 3rd and 1, Pate. They've been running it on 3rd and 1 so far. I think they stay with Mixon right here.
We got 2 downs to get it.
I think you're in 4 down. Like you said, I think you're in 4 down territory. Dallas defense has been bad against the run all year. I think you figure you got two downs to run it and get the first here.
Bill, you were always one of those teams. You guys went goal line down here in the red zone a lot. Goal line defense, even if it wasn't on the true goal line. Do you do that on a 3rd and 2 or a 4th and 2, or do you stay in your base personnel?
Make them throw it.
Yeah.
Make them throw it. And this is Mixon too.
Oh, they missed the block. Oh, geez.
That's better tackling. That's better tackling.
That's the tackle they needed on that screen pass.
Yeah.
Hey, they're doing a crack block right there where they're blocking down. The receiver's trying to block down the defensive end. Number 8 didn't get a good block, so that right tackle can't get out to block anybody. So you got too much penetration by that defensive end by Parsons. I don't like a receiver trying to block Parsons right there.
I don't like a toss sweep. I don't like a play that can lose yards when I'm on a 3rd and 2, right? I want a play that's going downhill. In worst case, it should be 4th and 2, and now we're going for it. But to lose 2 yards.
And they took. Pate, I know it always upsets you when the defense took one of your timeouts away. What do you feel about when a special teams takes one of your timeouts? You like that? We're good about it.
You ought to kick him off the sideline for the rest of the game. It can't happen. He's not allowed to. I didn't know the referee could even acknowledge that a special teams coach could call timeout.
He can't call timeout. Only the head coach can call timeout.
But he suggested it. Those are the offense's timeouts, Bill. You know that.
Yeah.
The offense gets 3 timeouts. Not the special team. They don't get any. Ever.
Delay a game.
Delay?
Offense, number 6.
I think they're trying to do a little shenanigans, try to see if they can get the 5-yard penalty, get the first down.
Sloppy on the penalties down here in Texas tonight.
Still, though, this is a big stop for Dallas. It keeps them in the game. Keeps them in the game here.
No doubt. No doubt. I just think on that 3rd down, if you got this kind of toss, sweep, crack play, if you see Parsons on the right side, which is usually on the right side, I think you just check out of it. You got to make that block. You don't want that receiver making that block. Get out of it.
Yeah. Call 2 plays, check with me, go the other way, right?
Exactly. Pate, you asked and you shall receive. 2009 opening night, they could open up the stadium at that point. They tried to do it tonight. Didn't have much luck. That's me throwing out there it is. There's the signature. First win in the new stadium. It's still there, I hope. Or at least if they removed it, maybe they just cut it out for me. I never got it in the mail or anything, so maybe they painted over it. Who knows? Another flag.
So the roof doesn't open anymore?
They had some issues. They tried to open it tonight and something fell off of it, so they had to keep it closed. We can show you that also. I get updates on everything about the stadium. Oh yeah, that thing. Oh, it hit that guy. I don't know what that is. Yeah.
There's no foul on the play for illegal formation. We have a touchdown.
Playing the old Texas Stadium, Pate?
No. I know Bill coached in there in those short shorts, though, probably.
In the old stadium?
Yeah.
Oh my, yeah, sure. Yeah, Coach Landry, sure. That sun was rough.
Yeah.
The glare, through the little openings in each of the portals and everything. It was impossible to break down film because the one part of the field was really light, and the next part was dark, and then it shifted over. Yeah, it was.
There you go.
There you go.
There it
Like
is.
that, Plate. Oh, hold the ball.
So the glare thing has been consistent through the years. It's a consistent theme.
It wasn't. I don't know if it was so much the glare as it was just the discrepancy between the light and dark on the field. The contrast was really severe. Yeah.
I like that play. I like getting it to CD right there.
Yeah,
start.
I like that. It's a two-man route, Pate. It's a full protection. I mean, Houston does a good job of playing some zones on first and second down, kind of dropping, taking away some intermediate stuff. They have a good pass rush, but right here, look, I like this protection. Two guys going out. You got a post route and an over route. I mean, this is like your staple, play action one-on-one right there. And hey, but that's the plays that get your quarterback in rhythm, right there. You don't have to make a lot of reads. You don't have to see what the coverage is.
They're trying to
Drop
cover it by
back, throw
jumping
to
it
your
with a
best
free
player.
safety.
All right, welcome back. I feel like Cooper Rush has done a good job responding since that interception, Pate. He hit the slant on the touchdown right there. Play action, two-man route, hit a nice over route. So I feel like he's kind of got back into the rhythm right now. That's what they need. This little OTB right there to the tight end is taking his completions.
What's OTB?
Over the ball. OTB, over the ball. That's kind of a spacing route right there. Tight end over the ball. You got a little curl route right on the outside. You just read the defenders. If that Sam linebacker takes away your tight end, you're going right to the right on the hook route. You got a little swing route by the back as well.
Quick passes.
I agree. I like it.
Quick passes.
Jeez.
Block.
Quick
This guy's
passes.
running free.
This guy Hunter can
How many
play.
guys running free?
They're trying to.
You got to
Guards just got to kick him out.
Yeah, you got to block Neil Hunter.
Nate Newton and Larry Allen coming down there blocking. Bill.
He's just frustrated. That's when you got to
And
run.
that's hard to go from, 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 7.
It's a killer. Uh-oh. Oh, nice.
Okay. Good read there. He was looking right. Just kind of quarter halves coverage. Or maybe cover 4 press.
Yep.
Good job beating the mic across. Really good.
Yeah.
Those
Read there by
other
Cook.
guys got to step up. It's a good job.
That's right.
Good read right there. Again, good rush, getting the ball out of his hands on time, not holding. You got to be careful holding the ball too long against this Texas
Quick passes.
defensive line. Oh, catch it.
Just real quick, since we're going down memory lane, Bill, I just want it known that D'Amico Ryans, I played against him a bunch. He never sacked me, but he did sack Eli. And I like those guys. Great players that didn't sack me, but sacked Eli. Look at it. Just standing back there. Wow. Oh, speaking of a 10-yard loss, Bill, can we throw it away?
Had a touchdown. I think the guy ran the wrong route. I had a touchdown. I was waiting on him to get open. I'm supposed to run one of these. I thought he was going to run one of these.
There's your swing route, E.
Yeah.
Good tackling there, though. Not getting many yards out of those.
No.
Got to be smart here, right? You got to find something that keeps us in field goal range. Cannot, by any means, take a sack.
Well, they could take a sack and still be in field goal range with Aubrey, Peyton.
True.
If they're across midfield, he's in field goal range. Not that I'm recommended that, but man, does this guy got a leg. between
This might be your
Aubrey and
five-man
Turpin.
rush.
Kill.
This looks like
Probably had a man zone. I think he thinks this is zone, right?
It's your five-man rush. It's your five-man rush. Zone blitz.
Batted ball. Here's your batted ball.
No tennis rackets. No tennis rackets. Not working the drill down there, E.
There it is.
You
Lazy
got to
pass
throw
rush.
it around them. You can't throw it through them. Can't throw it through the defensive lineman. You just can't do it.
Put my demo on the jumbotron.
What do you think about Peyton? I mean, obviously it's a short end. You want to hit that guy out of the break. You know, you don't want him to get into the other zones, into the other players, but you gotta get high, you gotta get a little up, you gotta get this jump pass. That jump pass. What is that?
You gotta negotiate. Close the gap. Sidearm.
There he goes. 53-yard field goal, and the ball hits two-thirds of the way up the net.
What are these guys doing? They're not even trying to hit the ball. I should have paid these
Those
guys
are
$100.
athletes.
All right, Coach, why don't you talk a little bit about these Dallas special teams? They got a great kicker, great returner. You know, what do you think about these guys?
Well, I think it's a tremendous job by the Dallas personnel department. Stephen Jones kind of really heads that up, but they got the best returner in the league and the best kicker in the league for nothing. Didn't have to spend a draft choice, no trade, no nothing. They just bring you, and they're young. They're really, really good. Now, and plus Turpin gives them some plays on offense. But he's a dual returner, and Aubrey's got the ability as a kickoff guy that if they have a good returner on the other side, he can touch back them every time. If he wants to return him, he can make it short. But if you want to touch back from Aubrey, honestly, as soon as you cross midfield, they're in field goal range with him.
Hey, Coach, I know last time we were on, we talked about your relationship with the Bucs GM, Jason Light. This week, it's the Texas GM, Nick Caserio. Nick and you were together for 20 years in New England. What stands out when you think about him?
Yeah, Nick does a tremendous job. Can't say enough about Nick. He started off as a scout, then he came into coaching, then he went back to scouting, then he came back and coached the receivers, and then when Scott Pioli went to Kansas City, he came back and has just been done a wonderful job in terms of evaluating talent. And he was up in the press box with communicating to Josh McDaniels on the personnel, even when he was the personnel director. So he's got a real good understanding of what coaches want and what it takes, for a player to come in and fit into a coach's system. Works hard, very smart, and very even-keeled. Never gets too high, never gets too low. Just always has a really good demeanor and a great work ethic. Yeah, he did a great job for me in so many different capacities for a long time, and just can't say enough about the job Nick's done.
Oh, tip ball. How about that, Pate? Is that different? A blitzer? Is a blitzer allowed to bat the ball?
Yeah. I mean, if you know the blitzer's coming, I'm telling you, believe it or not, let him get a little closer to you. It's when he's far away from you, you try to throw it so quick that the batted balls come, right? Let him get even a little bit closer to you and sidearm it around him. Pump fake him if you have to. Negotiate it, right? It's a real drill. You have to work because now you're in 2nd and 10. Now you get out of phase. I mean, he's blitzing. It's a hot route. You have to change kind of your arm angle to complete the throw.
Hey, the guys that were in your footage with you or with the Colts that were trying to bat the balls, they all looked like they were like 5'1". That was Frog in there. I mean, he's
Frog and T, the equipment guys, athletic guys, Eli. They can catch, they can jump. I'm telling you.
They cannot
give you
jump.
a great simulation of what J.J. Watt or Micah Parsons would be like playing against.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Look at these guys. Look at the guy jumping right there. He is 5'1", and that's a 1-inch vertical. That is not J.J. Watt. You got no help. That did not help one bit.
There's your double mugs. There's your double mugs. There's your screen pass. There's a good answer. Hey, Bill, versus those double mugs, I like different answers. I like a run play away. I like a quick screen pass. I like throwing hot. I like blocking them up. You don't know what Zimmer's going to do. You got to have different answers. A screen pass is a good answer versus these double mugs.
Especially when they're coming.
That's right.
It's a good call when they're coming.
They got to get a block there. They got a perfect call right there. They're bringing blitz. They got a lineman out. They got a hat on hat. I mean, that thing could have broke for a touchdown right there.
Block it. You got to block it. We used to do walkthroughs, Eli, and we'd show the same blitz, and we'd repeat it 4 different times and do a screen, block it up, throw hot, run away. It's nice to know you have answers. It gives everybody confidence. Hey, if they do this, we can handle it. We have good answers, though. They just should have blocked that better. Would have picked up that first down.
Good job.
Okay, let's talk about the double mugs. It's these 2 linebackers right here. They're mugged up on the guards. They could blitz. They could drop. Other guys could blitz. You got to have different answers when they're doing this defense. Let's take a look at some different plays that I like versus the double mugs. This is a game against the Ravens. Let it roll right there. Eli, one of my favorite checks was the quarterback sweep. I called this anytime they were doing that. I knew I could get the first down. Probably not quite fast as Lamar. I love the quick screen. That's what Houston just ran. You get it out of your hand because they're bringing more guys you can block. Now, I like quick outs, quick game. Throw the ball on time before the blitz can get you. And now let's block them up. Let's go on a quick count. There's holes in this defense. If we have time to get them blocked up and throw it down the field, different answers gives your offense confidence. We can beat that defense.
Yeah, what did y'all call the quarterback sweep, Pate? What did you name that?
We called it P-money to the house.
I don't think so. That sounds made up because you didn't have that play. Did not exist. P-money to the house.
We didn't use it much, but when we did, it was effective. I didn't run it against the Patriots. I kind of saved it for the
double
preseason.
mug. Just in double mug, the double mug team, Cincinnati preseason.
All right, 2nd and 1 though. I like that. I like staying in phase, Dallas.
Yeah, this is your P-money to the house.
Look how long that took to run 1 yard. It took like 20 seconds. Talk about a tendency breaker, Bill. Everybody was tackling the running back.
Yeah, I know. I told you after you bootlegged that one against us, we had to run the stupid play in practice twice every week to make sure we had it covered. Of course, you never did it again.
Not for another 9 years. You set it up.
Never
against the Patriots, and then you run
never
it again
against
in
us.
2013. Not against you guys.
Because we're still waiting for it. Yeah.
Still waiting. We got to be prepared.
You know, at the quick passes, run the ball on 2nd and 1. We've seen this play before.
He took a hard fall there.
Get points here, Dallas. Let's get points before the half.
Look at the first.
Get it coming out of the 3rd quarter.
All right. I like that. Second and 3 there. They didn't run it and lose 4 yards again. Instead, let's just throw a little swing route. That's your run. The swing pass is your run. All right, got a little 2-minute. All right, you're kind of going 2-minute here, Pate. I think you want to go fast, get this Houston defense tired a little bit. I like to stand on the ball. Right. Even if they get an incompletion, stay on the ball, get going.
Getting a little rhythm. I agree.
A little rhythm. Cooper Rush is feeling it right now. All right, we're welcome back. Don't forget, we got Jim Gaff again. We got J.J. Watt joining us in the 2nd half. So we got us a game right here. The Cowboys driving. I think they finally have listened to us. They've eliminated the run. No more run plays. You know, they're going to throw it to the running back. They still haven't hit a screen to the running back. That's what I've been calling for.
They got Deuce Vaughn out here. Bill called it. He's out here at receiver. See if they get something to him down
Double
here.
move. Throw it away. Throw it away. There you go. Oh, that's a defensive holding. That's a good job throwing that away. You guys not know you can't hold it too long against this Houston defense. They do a good job getting sacks right here. Just understand, even though you're in the pocket, just kind of, hey, throw this high outside. And because you threw it somewhat close to him, you got a defensive holding on it too.
It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And Bill, you're telling your offense right here, look, we want to get points, don't get me wrong, but we want to take our time and try not to give Houston the ball back here. Take the last shot as we get the ball coming out of the second half as well.
Yep, get a first down. Get a first down. Don't worry about scoring right here. Get a first down. Yep, they got Dowdle back in the game now. There's your screen. There's your screen.
That looked worse than the run plays. They had no lineman. No one got out. That was bad. Look at this. Usually you can see like a guard kind of blocking and getting out. Center gets out. No one else. Good job. Hey, Pay, that's the first rule as a quarterback. You're back there. Running back does not get out on a screen. You don't scramble. Throw it at the running back's feet.
Bring in the nickel. Good pickup.
Oh, hit him.
Missed it. Another interference. Got the Mike linebacker. Good job by the tight end trying to club him and come underneath right here.
Get flat.
Defense, number 0. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
What do you think there, Coach? Yeah, that's a little.
There's the Bill Polian rule.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Coach. That wasn't good.
See, he hit him 7 yards downfield.
I just wanted noted that even though Bill ripped the Colts and the crowd noise and the speakers, which was not true, the Colts still got Bill's daughter tickets for Taylor Swift. That shows you the classy organization.
That's
that
right.
Jim Irsay it took care of Bill's daughter. She had a great time. Got a nice picture in front of Lucas Oil. Great time. So
The
classy
Colts
move by the Colts.
Jimmy Irsay, the Colts are a classy organization. No doubt about that. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying, you hit the receiver 7 yards downfield, you get a flag. That's all.
I like get that first down. Don't give Houston the ball back, Dallas. We got to get that first down right here.
Yeah, so it's
CD right there. Little out route.
Hey.
Run the clock. I want to run the clock. I want to run it.
Yeah.
Hey, good job by that out route. He sees it maybe cover 2 or he stems in. You almost want to get closer to the inside players and break out to give you some separation so the cornerback doesn't hit you right there. So good job by CeeDee Lamb. Just making sure before he breaks out, he knows there could be a hard corner out there playing zone looking to blow him up.
And, you know, they got CD in a different spot on every play. Sometimes he's inside, outside, weak side, in the bunch. He's hard to find. He's a hard guy to double. That's why if they want to double him, they really got to play cover 1.
Yeah, play man, right? Yeah. So, Coach, they're in field goal range, you're saying? They're at the 40-yard line? Yeah,
they're
at the
across
40.
midfield? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in field goal range. Sure.
I like a touchdown, though. I want to tie this baby up.
Yeah, I mean, this would only be a 58 or 59 yarder.
There's nothing. It's jump change. It's a little chip shot for him. All right, they going man, Pate. They bringing pressure here. They're showing pressure.
Might be could be that 5-man rush again they like.
Yep.
I think they're bailing.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
The defender ran right by it.
Yes, he ran right by it.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Yikes. Oh, my. There's no way he saw him, Pate.
Watch this.
No way he saw him.
Oh, he ran right by it. Oh, my gosh.
Get out of bounds.
Let's run some clock. Let's run some clock here. I'm not sure what a 1-yard out route getting me out of bounds does for me right there.
Yeah, I don't like double diagonal, mirrored routes, Pate. So same route both sides. That's a mirror route. Diagonal slants with a back on a check down versus quarters. You got nothing.
This is CD. This is CD in the 3rd spot. Watch the over route.
Yep, he's number 3.
Oh, no.
Clock stops.
I like the matchup there. Just got to get him on the outside, right? You're throwing to a running back. Put it in his. I like you put it in his body a little bit, but it's got to be on the outside of the body.
All right, Coop, right here, buddy. Right here,
Third
baby.
and 9.
Coop, shake it off.
Where's Lamb? Slot right. Motion. They do a good job. That safety's down early. He backs pedal late. They do a good job disguising 2 cover 4. I think their post-snap disguises are good. That safety's down there. He back pedals late. Went to a former cover 4. Nobody open. Nobody open. Good decision there by Cooper. There's nobody to throw it to.
No.
Yeah, they jumped CD.
CD's got to win right there. That's kind of, it's zone, but he's man-to-man with that nickel player. That's what he's looking for. He's got to win on the outbreak. Not much separation.
I'll take the run right there by Coop as opposed to throwing it up. That's what you can't have the turnover right there. I'll take this field goal right here. Question is, can Houston do something with 50 seconds left?
It's also interesting, Pate. Houston has been one of the worst second half teams this season. You know, it's kind of like last week. They had the leads. Oh, he missed it.
Oh, no.
Billy missed it.
Oh, no.
It's too short for him. It was too short.
Oh.
Came out funny.
Might have jinxed them.
A lot of analysis up there.
Well, this guy's so good. He's so good. Man, he doesn't have many of those.
Came out kind of squirrely.
Yeah. Ooh,
Slipped.
slipped a little bit.
Slipped.
Get new turf. They gotta get new turf. You know, they gotta get rid of the sunlight.
Gotta get rid of the
new
sun.
turf. I
Gotta
think
get a new
the
visitors locker room.
the jumbotron's too big. New visitors locker
rooms got all kind of graffiti on it. All right, Houston.
What's your first play, Pate? What's your first play? A little slant to Nico?
Not open. We shouldn't even look over there. Inside technique, cover 2, safety help. That slant's not going to win.
Yeah, that's kind of your basic. Anytime you're playing cover 2, 4x1, that backside corner is usually kind of plays that 2-man. He doesn't have to worry about a flat route. There's no one coming in there.
Hey, it's what he did last week against Detroit. They got Detroit back in the game. He threw a quick out versus cover 2, right, Bill? And that corner jumped it.
Yep.
Well, they were
double mug corner.
Let's just give it back to Dallas. Give our guy a chance to redeem himself and hit a 58-yarder for the half.
Double mugs, Pate. Here's come your double mugs.
This is where Parsons got to show up. We need pressure on the quarterback, timeout, get the ball back. Yeah, I like double mugs. I like it.
You bringing the pressure or you faking the pressure?
I might show it. I might show no go.
Fake.
Show no go.
No go.
They're up there, baby. They're up there.
They're all up there. Oh, they're backing up. That free safety's coming. They're coming weak side. Oh.
Okay, get there.
That's it.
That's grounding. That might be grounding.
No.
I didn't see. Is there a receiver?
Yeah.
Is there a back?
He threw it back. Yeah.
That's just someone. Guys aren't on the same page. That's just a middle linebacker coming.
Bill's talked about it all week on breakdown. There's a lot of that happens, right, Bill?
Yeah, and if you watch the running back here, he just runs out. I mean, it looks like he should have the A gap. I don't know. But they've had that problem all year. And honestly, it goes back to Baltimore last year in the playoffs.
That's where it started.
Good punt. Boy, you don't want to punt it to that guy.
I think we can get back in field goal range and get a shot here.
All you need is 30 yards. 30 yards, you're in field goal range.
Yeah,
I agree. 40 yards is too close. 2 first downs. Get 2 first downs.
Get 2 first downs. 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 2 first downs
All right, you got 2 timeouts, so you can still plenty of time. You can work the middle of the field. If you hit a chunk over the middle, Pate, you calling timeout right away?
Yeah.
You hit a
Yep.
12-yarder?
Yes. Yeah. Break this 30 seconds into 2 15-second little segments. Use a timeout in each of those. Okay, get upfield. Go, Zeke. Go. Get north. Get north. Get north.
Don't fumble.
Call it. Call it. Call it.
What do you play on defense here, Coach? What do you like? Just kind of zone, soft zone?
Yeah, keep it in front. No in cuts, no seams.
If they catch, you don't want them catching on the run.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with CD Lamb, but I wouldn't want to expose everybody else. Turbin's not in there, is he?
He's not in there right now, I don't think.
I'd be real careful with him in there, but he's not. So maybe they got Zeke in there for the chip Hunter.
Yeah.
Chipping these ends.
Get a first down, maybe spike it here.
Chipping both ends.
Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds.
Oh, that's bad tackling. Got to keep him in bounds right there, Bill, if you're on defense,
Sure.
right? Just build a wall on the sideline.
Yep.
Hey, they're playing some
Just
quarters.
wrap them up.
I feel like, playing some kind of quarters right there.
Is there a post?
You could hit a
Post to be
post.
thrown?
Yeah. I mean, you want to take a shot.
You like to save that timeout for the field goal attempt.
Go route up top. Go route up top.
Back shoulder.
Oh,
Good play.
went cover 3, I think, right there. No, it's like, yeah, quarters up top. That kind of, 2 and 4.
Good coverage. Good job. Timed up. You could tell he was reading the receiver's eyes. When the receiver's eyes got big, looked back for the ball, he kind of timed up his deflection. Good play there by Holman. I'm trying to get 20 yards right here. I'm trying to get 20 yards on this play. Call timeout and kick a field
We
goal.
got Turpin down here in the slot.
TD's not even in the game.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Take a play. Oh, he had the tight end. He had the tight end. Tight end clubbed him.
It's hard. He was kind of rolling left. That receiver's got to get flat.
Let's come flat. Get negative, Tolbert.
Over.
If you're going to call me, at least you could have said you were the Yankees. What movie, Eli?
Major League. Come on.
Nice call. Nice call.
We got to watch that backside safety in the quarters.
On the push call, on the poach call, Bill?
Yeah, I think he was just reading them. Yeah.
Got to punt it.
Well, Dallas will get the ball coming out here in the second half, so I have a chance to, tighten this game up. You guys got a good one for the second half.
Yeah, looks like a defensive battle all of a sudden. Did you like that,
AJ
Coach?
Watt's going to be.
Yeah, JJ will come bat some balls down.
Yeah, you're not going to be happy. I called him lazy.
Man,
This
he
play
was a
better take 5
problem.
seconds. Otherwise, you got to punt. I'm not. Bill, what would you do here, Bill?
Yeah, like
5
a half
seconds
roll, throw it high and out of
I think I'd
bounds.
one step it and punt it out of bounds. Maybe are they just
Yeah.
going to maybe airball it?
Yeah.
Just drop back and airball it?
Every team practices this. You sprint out. You tell the lineman to hold because if they call a penalty, who cares? And you throw that ball as high as you can, out of bounds, and you try to hit that fan right there in the front row.
Yeah, this looks like airball here. Just throw it out
What
of
did y'all
bounds,
call
get it up there high.
Yep. Go sprint
Y'all
right.
call
Go
this
half sprint right. Go half. That's what we call it. Sprint right air ball.
I mean, they didn't block him.
Not very good protection. Don't do that. Don't give him the interception, Coop. Throw it out of bounds.
That guy could have batted that back in. That's where you want to like jump in and bat it back in until you got to intercept it, right?
Throw it. Don't throw it in the stands.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying the defensive guy's got to bat that back in and keep it alive. I guess you don't want the offensive guy to catch it. But, yeah, don't make it close.
Bill, next week, Harbaugh Bowl.
Let's
go.
There we go. All right, Coach.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks a lot, guys. Great to see you. Yeah, have a good second half.